Hello everyone, I am the Canadian Gaming Penguin. The Yo-kai Watch Gather 1 Gather All event has returned to Final Fantasy XIV. Yay! The event begins today, August 19th, 2020, and will continue on until the release of patch 5.4. I am especially excited about this event because this was one of the first events that I ever participated in when I first started playing the game. For those that don't know, and for those that do know, this is a collaboration event where Yo-kai Watch comes to Final Fantasy XIV. With the return of this event, we have some new items to obtain, and there are some changes to the event. All the previous minions' weapons and mounts are available to obtain. The new items are 4 new minions, 4 new weapons, and a new mount. The changes, the number of yokai medals required for minions and weapons has been lowered. Now you may be asking, how exactly do we obtain these medals, or for that matter, how does this event even work? For players who have done this event before, all you will need is the Yo-kai Watch bracelet, shown here, to begin working on this event. If you happen to have misplaced or sold the Yo-kai Watch, you will be able to repurchase the Yo-kai Watch from the Calamity Salvager. The Calamity Salvager is located in each city-state. For players who have never done this event before, the event begins in Ul'dah, where you must speak to a poor-heeled youth who can be found near the Aetheryte. In order to start this quest, your character must be above level 15, and you must have completed the Gridanian Envoy, or the Limson Envoy, or the Ul'dah Envoy main scenario quest. Whichever quest you have to complete will depend on which city-state you begin the game. So if you start in Ul'dah, you will have the Ul'dah Envoy quest. Now during the event quest, you will receive a Yo-kai Watch, which will allow for medals to drop when participating in fates. Make sure you have the bracelet equipped. Additionally, you will also obtain a key item, the Yo-kai Medallium, which you can find here. The fates that will drop the Yo-kai medals are in A Realm Reborn areas, that is Lenosa, the Black Shroud, and Thanalan. Additionally, the fates in the Heavensward areas and Stormblood areas will also drop the medals. You will need to earn a gold or silver rating in the fate to get the medals. If you are new to the game, fates are open-world events that occur randomly throughout Eorzea, where you and other players fight monsters or assist NPCs. You can see these fates on the minimap and map like this. The medals obtained through the fates are then exchanged for yokai minions. To exchange the medals, you will need to head to the Gold Saucer and speak with the Wandering Executive. This NPC can be found by the entrance square. Once you have obtained a minion, summoning that minion will allow for you to collect legendary yokai medals from participating in specific fates. These medals can be exchanged for weapons. Make sure to check the Yo-kai Medallium for details on where to go to search for medals, as shown here. Once you have collected 13 different yokai minions, you will be able to get the first mount. In order to get the second mount, you will need to get 13 different yokai-themed weapons. Finally, to get the new mount, you will need to acquire 17 different yokai-themed weapons. That is the event in a nutshell, now to actually start it. Thus, here I am in Ul'dah, Poor-Heeled Youth. The Poor-Heeled Youth is visibly vexed. A complete game changer, and you can see we have the Yo-kai Watch here, a Yo-kai Medal, and the Yo-kai Medallium. Arg, how could I have lost? My strategy was foolproof. Listen, friend, if you have an inclination towards the Lord of Verminion game at the Gold Saucer, I'd say you best think twice. As I drag the screen. I spent a fortune on my critters and had scores of victories to boast. Then some newcomer waltzes up and challenged me. I knew there was something strange about him. An Ura with hair of vibrant hue, glint in his eye, called himself the Mandarin Executive or some such. Still, I'm not one to turn down a match, novice or veteran. Hells, even I gave him a head start. But the minions he used, they weren't like any I've ever seen before. They were demons, I tell you. I accused him of cheating, but he said he had petitioned the Gold Saucer to use them for battle, and the little buggers were reproved. Needless to say, my beloved team was torn to shreds every time. Seems like anything qualifies these days. I've completely lost my appetite for the game. But if you're curious, but if you're curious about those so-called minions, you should head over to the Gold Saucer and take a look yourself. It was still loitering around there when I left. And we have the fancy Yo-kai Watch Quest Accepted event little thingy. So we need to head to the Gold Saucer as dictated. And you can see here the entrance square, and the executive will be somewhere here. Of course, I'm going to teleport. I could take the airship, but I don't wanna. And you can see there is a whole host of people here. Well, that's because they're all standing around by the wandering executive here. Wandering executive. Can I help you? I suppose word has gotten around about this little fella. We can't actually see him because there's people in the way. I think it's one of the ghost guys. The little fellow. I would be delighted to tell you about him. Truly, but I'm afraid I'm preoccupied at the moment. I'm waiting for someone who is unreasonably late. Wait, now that I think about it, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Alternatively, I may have a proposition for you. If you help me out, I will tell you more about my feline friend here. Do you accept? I accept the executive's proposition. And the deal is struck. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a tradesman come from far beyond the borders of Eorzea. Though I am a slave to Wanderlust, I occasionally return to the homeland where I manage a sizable company that deals in eccentric commodities. Thus, the locals call me the Wandering Executive, and I wear the title with pride. I'm often accompanied by an erudite traveling companion, but he appears to have gotten quite lost on this journey. We were strolling in the twilight of the Black Shroud when he grew excited and scampered off to do some sightseeing of his own. He was aware I had some affairs to take care of here, so I thought I'd let him enjoy himself while I finished with my tasks and stayed in one spot. But he hasn't shown up in hours. Perhaps you could ask some bent branch for me and find out what's keeping him. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, my friend is not of my tribe. He's a rotund little soul, well as white as snow and floats through the air like a cloud. Except if clouds could speak, I would hope they wouldn't be as long-winded as he. And so that means we need to head to the Bent Branch Meadows, which is in the Central Shroud. We will need to speak with the various people here, starting with Gaia and Mulko. That sounds like a Moogle, sure enough. Quiet as a mouse when they're hiding, but once they reveal themselves, they never stop chattering. The one I saw a few nights ago was hundreds of yoms away, and I could still hear his voice. I was peering off into the distance between the boughs of the trees when I sighted a well-dressed Ora traveler with fiery violet hair and a Moogle flying beside him. It was a strange sight if I do say so myself. For the record, it's not a Moogle. This person is mistaken. This is a Moogle. What we were going to see is not a Moogle. But trick of the eye and all that sort of thing, and stuff, and reasons, and stuff. Anyway, so Ithilrith here, as I butcher her name. Haven't seen anything like that, but it seems too coincidental that there was talk in Virginia recently about an unnatural being that was disturbing the elements. The Padgels were saying they've never seen a spirit like, and it feared it would taint Twelveswood. Seatsier Oap Passy himself sealed it away near the Guardian Tree. Oh, that's not good. And Keitha here says, round white and floats through the air. Are you sure it's a person? 'Cause I'd say you're searching for one of them Moogles. In any case, you'd be out of luck since they only appear when they want to be seen. Which is ironic. Anyway, so we need to head to the Guardian Tree, which is in that direction, not the direction that I'm flying. There we go. And yes, as you can see, I can fly. Now, if you can't fly yet, you will have to travel around here. Don't go up this. Go through here under... You can kind of see that there's a little pathway. There's like, this is up higher, and this is lower. So normally when you go in this area, you climb up this thing, but you don't need to. You just need to go around that way. I can fly. See my how to flying around me board to know how to do that. And as we arrive here, jumping down off the mount, we see an ancient stone vessel. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the guardian trees as the antiquated stone vessel sits unmoving underneath. Nevertheless, you cannot help but feel a shiver up your spine. Open the stone vessel. Ah, you have freed me. Much appreciated indeed. But where are my manners? Whisper, at your service. I am a yokai, a supernatural being. I know. You're wondering why I was in that spooky stone capsule. I was floating along, taking in the scenery, when night fell and I lost sight of the path. I wandered until I came across a small boy and asked him how to return to Bent Branch. But that self-righteous horned child declared me an unnatural presence in the forest and locked me away. Oh, I was so horribly cramped. It's not bigger on the inside? Why would he do such a thing to an innocent visitor of his lands? I never said I was an evil supernatural being. I was defenseless, I tell you. Utterly defenseless. Unwary. Vulnerable. Anyway, I happen to come from a tribe of yokai who know how to reward their liberators properly, and therefore I have a gift to bestow upon you, my new corporal friend. Here. That impressive device is called a Yo-kai Watch. It will allow you to encounter other supernatural beings like myself. With that on your wrist, the mundane will become magnificent. Oh, the unbelievable things you'll see with that watch. If it weren't broken, now don't think I would give my savior a watch entirely beyond repair. Just that I had not found someone worthy enough for a long time. My friend has been meaning to take a look at it, but... Yes, that's him, all right. He sent you to rescue me. Splendid. So he was waiting for me at the gold saucer, was he? Had I not gotten lost and put in my precarious position, I surely would have set off for the desert at once. Let us depart without delay. If you give the watch to him when we arrive, I am sure he will repair it for you, and then it will allow you to encounter unbelievable beings like myself. Leap of faith. Tempting to do that gate. But priorities! Leap of faith is my favorite gate. Anyway, now we can see Whisper here, so we'll talk to him first. Whew! We have reached the gold saucer at last. Now would be the opportune moment to present my pal with that stylish yokai watch I conferred upon you. He'll find a way to mend it in no time, since he's a creative sort. Wandering executive. Whisper explained everything that transpired. What luck you were able to find my friend. Had you not, I would have never known he had been sealed inside that vessel. You have my sincerest gratitude. He told me you have something to show me as well. Broken yokai watch, a gadget attached to a colorful wristband. While it appears to have some sort of clockwork mechanism, it shows no sign of movement. Ah, I see. So he decided to give you the yokai watch. A broken yokai watch, rather. We can see the cat now. See? It's cute. And that's obviously Whisper. Anyway. However, there's no need to worry. Whatever my spirited companion did to it, it appears to have... Whatever my spirited companion did to it appears to be completely repairable. Wait a moment while I get out my tools. Yes, I see. Unjam the slot, set the hand back a couple of ticks, polish up the face, and... Success! Your watch is now in excellent shape. Go on, take it. And a bargain is a bargain. You wish to know more about my mysterious minions, yes? I'm certain Whisper mentioned the yokai to you. I brought a handful of these supernatural beings with me from my homeland. Like Whisper, this feisty feline is also a yokai, but from a different tribe. Some yokai grow to be quite friendly once they get to know you. Others, however, are mischievous and to blame for others, however, are mischievous and to blame for otherwise inexplicable happenings. If you wish, I can introduce you to the more affable ones I've brought. Should the yokai warm up to you, they become stalwart allies who you can summon to fight at your command. Well, at the Gold Saucer anyway. But there is a slight caveat. I cannot accept Yorzian currency for my services. I deal primarily in yokai metals. I'm feeling generous since you helped me to retrieve Whisper, so I'll give you one for free. To obtain more, well, that's where your yokai watch will come in handy. Should you chance upon certain fateful happenings, put the watch on your wrist and you shall be rewarded for your meritorious deeds. In addition to the yokai, I also brought other wares which may interest an adventurer like you. Exotic weapons, specially designed by the fine artisans of my company. We accept legendary metals as payment for these weapons. Here, should our weapons suit your tastes, this Yo-kai Medallium will prove useful in explaining where you can obtain the necessary legendary metals for each weapon. A bit of an inconvenience, I know, but I would be terrible businessman if I simply gave our wares away for free. Whew! Whisper's long-windedness is starting to rub off on me. Feel free to speak with me about the yokai or the weapons at your leisure. I still have a few loose ends to tie up here at the Gold Saucer, so trust that I won't be wandering for a while. Oh, and my real name is Nohi. Yes, Nohi. Glad to finally make your acquaintance. Yokai medals are a symbol of entering a sacred bond, more than a friendship, more than a marriage. With the yokai watch, you will be able to gain those medals. I told you that it would allow you to encounter unbelievable things, didn't I? You're right. So, collection expanded. Yo-kai Medallium acquired. Yokai medals can be obtained by completing fates while equipped with the yokai watch. Yokai medals can be found at fates in the following areas: the Black Shroud, Central, East, South, and North; Lenosa, Middle, Lower, Western, Upper, and Outer; Thanalan, Central, Western, Eastern, and Southern; Korthus, Western Highland; the Sea of Clouds; the Dravanian Forelands; the Churning Mists, and the Dravanian Hinterlands. As is law, the Fringes, the Peaks, the Locks, the Ruby Sea, Yanaxia, and the Azim Steep. So these ones all here, from the Fringes and onwards, are all Stormblood areas, which you will need to have the Stormblood key in order to actually get to those areas. Legendary medals can be obtained, albeit at a low probability, by participating in fates in areas designated in the Yo-kai Medallium, while accompanied by the yokai minion designated on the medal. The Yo-kai Medallion can be accessed from the Collection menu or the Minion Guide. End of a watch. So we have a little achievement there, and you can see you have added an item of interest in your collection. Other such keepsakes found on your adventures will be stored here, viewed at any time should you wish to reflect on past deeds. So if we open up this, and I am actually wrong about the key item thing before, that will be fixed when I do editing. They've obviously changed that because I guess the intention is that this event will be returning at some point. Okay, so we have the minion guide there. So in here we can see the Open the Yo-kai Medallium. Here we have all a bunch of question marks because we don't have any of the minions. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 16, 17, 18, 19 of them if my math is right. You have yet to obtain this yokai minion. Yokai medals can be traded for yokai minions. Yokai medals can be obtained in select fates. So we obviously haven't obtained any of them. We also have the yokai watch, which I am going to move those medals over here. And as you can see, my inventory is rather cluttered. And since I'm going to be using my ninja, I will put this on my bracelet, which is right there. I know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to equip that. Right, so that'll be there. Where is this collections tab? Aha! Under duty, you will see collection. and the Yo-kai Medallion, and that will open up it there. I think we can also drag this down here somewhere. Oh yeah, we can. So there you go. You can drag it to a hotbar so that you just have to click that to open it up. As I totally just... don't click like that. Oh, that bugged my eyes. Sorry if it bugged yours. So yeah, speaking with Nohi here, a pleasure to see you again. Have you come to meet more yokai or perhaps browse my array of special armaments? Purchase minions, purchase weapons, or purchase weapons for Disciple of Magic or Disciple of War. Purchase minions. And you can see which minion will you choose, yokai medals required, one blah 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 blah. So we have one currently. And so we're gonna go for Whisper here, just because that's one that we've seen. So choose this minion. Let's get you acquainted then. Meet your new friend Whisper. I hope you two will get along. And with that, you see we have the achievement, Watch Me If You Can, Whisper. And as you can see in our inventory here, your very own yokai butler, at your service. And of course, we're going to open up the minion guide. And we'll see here at the bottom here, we have Whisper, a self-proclaimed yokai butler. With the way he talks, you would think him a know-it-all, but he is rather a know-nothing. So going ahead and summoning him. Let's move to an area where he's easier to see, maybe? No, it's just the gold saucer. Okay, so we have Whisper now, and if we open up the Yo-kai Medallium here, we will see that we have him now visible here. And the Legendary Whisper Medal. Legendary Medal Fate areas, South Shroud, Upper Lenosa, and Southern Thanalin. So we are going to head into one of those areas, but before we do that, if we speak to Noe again, and we happen to purchase minions, you will see that Whisper is no longer listed here, so you don't have to keep track of which ones you actually obtained. These will disappear as you get them. Anyway, so I am going to head to... where am I going to head? I am going to head to Southern Thanalin and participate in the fates there, and then you will see the medals, and if I'm lucky, I will get a legendary yokai medal as well. Aha! We got a legendary... Sorry, I was helping someone there. Or someone else beat me to it, but yeah, so we got a legendary medal there, and we got 3 yokai medals, so that is enough for 3 different yokai. And you can see the legendary Whisper medal here. I didn't actually check to see... that was my 3rd fate, by the way, so that wasn't actually that bad. I'm going to go back to the gold saucer to see just how many of the legendary weapons we need. If it is just 1, then that is fine with the rarity of it from the fates. I hope it's just 1. If it's more than 1, maybe 2 or 3, that is still reasonable, I think, as well. So we will find out in a 2 seconds, or as soon as I get there. Okay, so speaking to Naui here, let's see here. So, the minions, as read up here, your yokai medals required 3, bag 3. We have this many to go through, so there's that. But let's see, weapons here. Okay, so we need 5. That is not bad. So the Bard's Bow here, the Legendary Whisper Medal. We need 5 of the Legendary Whisper Medals here, so we obviously can't purchase that right now. But yeah, so that is the event in a nutshell. If you found this video useful or helpful or anything, please let me know down in the comments below, and while you're there, hit that like button. And please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. One final question also is which minion or weapon or mount are you most excited about getting for your first mount or whatever? Please leave a comment down below. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching!